Hello, good evening, GWT family. My name is Ambassador AbdurRazaq. I am super excited to be with you tonight. I hope you are all excited as well. I hope you're having a very fantastic Sunday. How's the weekend been? I'm sure it's been, super amazing for every one of us because it's that time right now in GWT. Everything, so many things are happening at the same time, and everybody's super excited. So welcome to the Night of the Stars. And tonight I will be your host of the night because the host of the month actually is going to be our presenter tonight. She's going to do the recognition, and also immediately, because we have just a few stars for 2017 January, she is going to train us tonight. And you all want to get your pen and your paper and sit down and relax and take some very good notes. So tonight, like I said, the host of the month actually is going to be our presenter for today, and this is somebody who we all want to hear. She has a huge understanding, not just of GWT, but the network marketing industry. Now, she was introduced to global wealth trade 8 years ago and launched her email within hours. In fact, within 24 hours of seeing the opportunity. She's been exposed to the industry of multi-level marketing from the time that she was a child. So she had no doubt that GWT is going to work, or was going to work for her. Now, she has an educational background in music. She's worked in several places, including Kodak, in the photo industry. She's also worked in the property management industry for several years. Most recently, she's been working in business development and software sales. Now that's coming with, I mean, she's coming with a lot of experience, especially when it comes to managing, understanding how to manage businesses. First experience, in home business was in her early 20s, and she was involved with a skincare company. And this industry has always been her dream job, because it offers a lot of flexibility. She got positioned with a diamond package, that's a diamond email, at the beginning, even though she wasn't able to focus much time on her new business at that time. Now she's getting ready to really explode her GWT business. She wants to expand her GWT empire. And she currently has launched 8 emails locally, where she is, and that's in Canada. And she has grown to over 500 emails in 40 countries. Can you believe that? She has malls spanning over 40 countries right now. And in that time, she has already seen almost $1 million of sales happen in her business. That's what I love about GWT. As long as you stay active, with your monthly IA payments, you see the growth in your organization. And that's $1 million. A little shy of $1 million in sales is what she has right now. So you can just imagine when she goes ballistic on this, how much money she's going to be, just churning out, because that's volume waiting for her to cash in on. And right now, her immediate goal is to become a diplomat and qualify for the CDSE car program. Ladies and gentlemen, please let us all welcome diplomat to be Rebecca Robinson. Rebecca, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and Abdul-Razaq. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Please take it away.
Wow. Well, listen, thank you so much for the amazing introduction. I am super excited to be on this call tonight and host our most important night of the month, our Night of the Stars. We have a couple of amazing stories to share with you this evening. I know the first of the year is always a little bit slower getting going, but nevertheless, we've got some superstars that have hit the ground running. You are going to fall off your seats when you hear some of these stories. And as soon as once we get through our interviews for our Night of the Stars, we're going to hit the ground running, all of us, into some exciting training as well that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you all. So without further ado, I'm just going to unmute our first presenter here. And hopefully she has seen that and is going to unmute herself. So we're going to get started. So our first star of the evening comes to us from Germany. Quite a far ways away from me. She was our host of the month, I believe, in December, and I'm super excited to introduce Christine Nickel to you, a diplomat with Global Wealth Trade. I know she won a leadership award at our last international convention, and Christine was able to launch 20 VIPs in January. So I just want to see, Christine, can you hear me? Are you on the line?
Hi, Rebecca. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Wow, what an achievement in January. So congratulations for getting on Night of the Stars, first month of the year. I know you're going to hit it the next 11 months as well. So tell us, Christine, what was your strategy? How did you end up launching 20 new VIP accounts in January?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you my story here in the Night of the Stars. I'm very excited. Just for the strategy, it's just very simple. Since January, I am starting to follow what our CEO says with the forensic networker, that we should, as a part-time, we have calls, 40 calls per week, and then every day just have 8 calls every day. Being consistent on that, and then follow on with people, and then without even realizing it, I have already 20 VIPs on my back office, and then just like we have in our tracker in our back office, when we log in, we can also already see how many people we already have as VIPs or emails that we launched, and that's what I'm following since January. And as well as I have accountability partners who I'm working with very closely so that I can achieve my my targets for that week or for that month. So that happened. I followed our forensic networker, just like Omri Ramin said, 40 calls for part-time series and 100 calls for full-time email operators. And yeah, that was what I did and still doing. And I really like it so much. So because it's not that difficult to have 8 calls per day, so I can really put it on my schedule, block my time for those calls, and being consistent in doing that every day. And yes, so
That's fantastic. Now, I guess you've made a commitment, which is really important, to making those 8 calls a day. Do you do them all at one time, or do you spread them out during the day? Do you have a particular strategy that works for you best, Christine?
I am doing that throughout the day because I just have, for example, when I'm on my way, I just have a few minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes free time. So when I have those free time, I put those calls in before I go to sleep the night before. I already write all down the people that I want to talk to. And the great thing is, when I already prepared that for the night before, I already know who are the people I'm going to call on the next day, so that I can just like call them every time I do have free time. And the thing is, I always go out of the house every day to meet people, since I don't want to happen that my prospect list they end, because I need, as a business owner, I need to put prospects on my list every single day so that I have people that I can call. And that's what I'm doing. So I just like combining prospecting as well as putting prospects list on my prospects names on my list and doing the call. So when the day ends, I just already know, okay, how many people that I have called throughout the day, and then I put it on my DMO sheet, so spreadsheet, daily method of operation sheet.
Excellent. Excellent. So now you have obviously you're building a client base with your VIPs. What is your strategy around that? How do you intend to work that, and how does that fit into your overall strategy for your business?
That's a great question, Rebecca. This is something I'm very excited about, especially with the coming up of our Very Flawless line. I am doing that already and getting excited. My VIPs that I already launched, that I'm getting them excited for the Fair Flawless, and that they're already on the system so that they get all of the information once the Fair Flawless product lines that we have got out. I am doing right now is my strategy is more on contacting spa owners and business owners in the skincare industry, because I know that they're going to be very excited about the Fair Flawless line that we have. Yeah, so that's more on my strategy right now. Promoting the Fair Flawless that we have here in Germany, not only on the social media part, but I am more on the thing that I'm doing right now. It's more on a one-on-one contact with them, building the like and trust, and building it strong, because it is very important in our business to have a strong like and trust, and that's what I'm doing. So even before that, the Fair Flawless not yet out, it's not yet released, I'm already doing the like and trust with those people. So that's the strategy I'm doing right now.
That is absolutely fantastic. It is so exciting, and the world doesn't even know what's going to hit them with Very Flawless. Now, tell me, one last question for you, Christine. What is your intention for your business going forward? What immediate targets do you have, let's say, for the next 6 to 12 months with your GWT business?
Awesome, Rebecca. My targets would be for the next 6 to 12 months is personal target is to achieve the regional ambassador status for me, for myself, but also to bring the momentum here in Germany and create ambassadors, diplomats, ambassadors, regional ambassadors, leaders that will really have strong leaders that will share and promote and build their business here in Germany, locally, regionally, but also here in Europe, because I can see already that there's a lot of people living their dreams with our company, and I want to bring that GWT business. I want to bring that opportunity to people living here in Germany, and that would be my target. So I want I must and sponsor and launch 100 VDMs, email operators. That's my target for 2017, because our regional ambassador, Maxwell, he really inspired me in doing that. So when he can do it, I can do it as well. So that will be my target. So I'm very excited for that.
Wow. Well, I am very excited for that as well. I think I need to readjust my targets, because if you can do it, I can do it too. And that's how it works, right?
Absolutely, Rebecca.
We brim over with enthusiasm, and you know what they say, people will come for miles to see you when you're lit on fire. So that's exactly what we want, right? We want to expose our business across the world and reap the benefits. Well, thank you so very much for sharing your time and your story with us, Christine. We know that you are going to achieve monumental things this year in 2017.
Thank you very much for the opportunity for sharing my story, Rebecca.
My pleasure. So we're just going to move on to our next superstar. My goodness, calling this woman a superstar is an understatement. She is going to rock you guys. I can't believe what she has achieved in January. I know that she's going to just blow up 2017. So I'm just going to check, make sure. I think I saw her on the line here. Get her unmuted, and it's my absolute pleasure to introduce to you. Now, hopefully I say her name properly because I did get some help. Her name is Quentua Osud.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hello, Rebecca.
So I hope you're all sitting down to see this screen and what this phenomenal woman has blown us away with this month in January. Nowhere, I think it's time for you to take a trip to Ghana.
Oh, yes. You're most welcome to Ghana.
So tell us, madam, what's your strategy? I know that it's a little bit of a secret in that team over there, but we can for how you achieved this month.
Okay. Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here on the call, and I always look forward to Sunday evenings with you. My name is Quentua Owusichumesi. I'm with Silas and Stephanie, and we are an amazing team in Ghana. Well, I remember very well that the previous call that we had, the previous night of the stars we had Nolan Pillay as the star of the the person with the most I'm getting distracted. It's okay. That's my kids there. With the most VIPs. And one thing he said was that he learned from Abdul-Razaq that a little strategy on getting the getting on Facebook and offering people whose birthdays are due the gift certificate. So I started doing that, and it worked very, very well for me. Secondly, I realized that I'm a fund manager. I realized that during the beginning of the year, we had an upsurge of people who wanted to work with us, people who wanted jobs, and there were no openings. So one of the days I chatted with two of the prospects who wanted to work with my company, and what I could get was that they really wanted some financial freedom because they work from morning to afternoon to evening to late in the night before they get home, and they are not getting any quality time with their families. So I said, oh, okay, we have a whole stack of people who want to change jobs for one reason or the other. They want a second income, and for that reason, January, February, we have this upsurge. So I started calling them and booking appointments for them to listen to the tour, and it's been very, very good. It's been very, very, very good. Actually, I didn't know that. Well, for some reason, I realized that this was just a right opportunity for me to, sit in my office and take a little time off my break time to chat, to call these people and chat with them, and give them the opportunity for them to run with it and change their lives and their families as well. So that's just about it, Rebecca.
That is absolutely, I'm so excited that, plug into the training every week, you're really leading by example that way. You've taken the suggestions that other people have used, duplicated
Yes.
having such great success. Total
Yes.
creativity, addressing people's need for
Yes.
another income stream. Wow, just phenomenal. So you have a huge client base developing. Tell us what your strategy be moving forward with all of these VIP customers?
Because I have a full-time job, I pass them over to Silas. Silas has been a great pillar of strength for me because he's doing it full-time and I'm doing it part-time. So when after that, when I qualify them again, I pass them over to Silas, and Silas starts training them during the week. And then on Sundays, this afternoon, we met at Silas' office. On Sundays, weekly, we meet, and then I have a chat with them as well.
Well, I know that Diplomat Silas has taken charge of Ghana. He is
yes, he's doing very, very well. He's phenomenal.
He is absolutely phenomenal, and I love how you are all working together to get things done. And
yes.
That is absolutely how this business works. It works best when we all work together. So that's
yes.
so exciting. So you're partnership now, you're working this part-time. What is your intention moving forward? What do you want to achieve in the next 6 to 12 months with this strategy?
Yes. Well, at the beginning of the year, I told myself by June I should be an ambassador. By September, I should hit NA. I don't know. I should reach RA, regional ambassador, because I'm really up for the shares. That is why I joined GWT, for the shares, the global shares. I want a piece of that cake for my pension, for my other pension. Yes.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I have no doubt at all that you are going to achieve everything you set out to do, because you have running and off to a phenomenal blazing start for 2017. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Super excited.
Thank you.
Revved up to try and meet the bar you've set.
Thank you all for your leadership.
My absolute pleasure. Listen, I just want to thank you all, for sharing your stories. Like I said, we had a slow start to 2017, so our recognition time here has come to an end. But we are going to jump right into some leadership training now that I had the opportunity to share with you all, or share with a group, in a forensic challenge group that I'm part of just a few weeks ago. So get your pens and papers ready if you haven't already been furiously taking notes. Our two Night of the Stars recognition winners have definitely given us a lot of great information and strategies to get to work with. Now what we're going to do is go right into our training. And we're going to talk about what it means to be a forensic upline. So I know some of you haven't taken the forensic networker training formally yet, but you've gotten little bits and pieces from your leadership across the globe. And of course, all of you who are heading to International Convention just in, I think, 32 days or something like that. The countdown is on now. You're going to get an amazing training right from the forensic networker himself, Remy Mesgarlu. I'm super excited for that. I have lost track of how many forensic networker trainings I've been part of. I know I was at the very first one that he launched in 2009 in Niagara Falls, and that was my goodness, that was a marathon day. We started early in the morning and went till 10 o'clock at night. So, you know, if you haven't got your ticket yet, I know we're going to do some announcements after, but make sure that even just for the forensic networker training, you get there. So let's talk about, something most people simply don't know how to lead when they're placed in a position of leadership. And, you know, that's not just for network marketing. We know that that happens all the time in the traditional workplace. People excel at their role and then they get promoted up into a manager position when they really don't know how to manage people, and it's not really the same type of work at all. So that's really what we're going to talk about in the Forensic Upline training this evening. So there's a really huge industry myth, not unique to our organization. In fact, it's probably less in our organization than many others, but it's this idea that once a distributor, or in our case, an email operator, has enrolled a new member or a customer, that it's the company's sole responsibility to take over and provide all of the client care for their new member. That, you know, this idea that once I've got the person launched, I don't have to worry about it anymore. Well, I'm here to tell you that's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. In fact, when you get started and launch a new partner into your business, that is not the end of things. That's actually just the beginning. So whose job is it then? Well, you are the primary caregiver. You will always provide better one-on-one client care to your team and your customers, hands down, because you know them personally. You know their needs and their why. So whether they're a customer or they're a new business partner, you've already taken the time to get to know them a little bit, find out what's important to them, find out in terms of purchases what they're interested in, and definitely in terms of business why they wanted to get started in the first place. And of course, you're going to be able to respond faster than the company possibly could. You know, we're sitting at about 75,000 consultants right now. Imagine our small, very dedicated, very hardworking corporate team. You know, they can only take one call at a time. So it's really, really important that you understand you're the best person to get those answers to your customers and your new members. Your job is to find and service clients and new partners, and it's also to protect your assets. You know, people are your assets as much as anything. So take the time, train them on the basic production and operational information that they need, and train them on some of the basic product information as well. You know, especially as we launch another new line, you're going to want to make sure about getting them the right information to start with as well. When at all possible, you really want to avoid having new distributors contacting the company, because essentially what it does is, you know, create a traffic jam of people trying to get information. And a lot of times new distributors are really asking basic questions that you should be able to handle with them on a one-on-one basis. Or if you can't, you know, get your My5 involved and they can answer the questions for you, especially if you're also new in the company. Maybe you don't have the answers yet either. Let the company deal with the important matters that are out of your control. You know, they're already taking care of all of the other headaches that we could possibly have as business owners. They're dealing with all of the logistics, the distribution, payments, as well as of course, you know, designing and manufacturing the products and making sure they're in supply for us. So make sure that when at all possible, you're the first point of contact for your customers and distributors. Of course, everything comes down in life to skills, attributes, and mindset, right? So you do want to make sure that you stay a distributor and not become a manager. You know, you always want to be accessible by phone. Now, this doesn't mean you have to answer the phone necessarily at 3 o'clock in the morning, but, you know, make sure that your customers and your business partners know that you're available for them. Get back to them as quickly as possible, and, you know, let them know what your office hours are so that they can be confident about when they're able to reach you. You want to be efficient because, you know, you want to work with people who want it. There are lots of people who need what we have. There are lots of people who will join our business because they know they need it, but there's a big difference between the people who need it and the people who want it. The people who really want it, they're making the commitment. They're taking the action. You're going to know that they want to grow their business because they're constantly going to be calling you. They're going to be asking questions. They're going to be getting to events, getting on webinars, and you're going to see their involvement. on that line, do not ignore your old sparks. So just because someone has been partnered with you for a while, and maybe they are doing their thing, they're active, they're, you know, daily building their business, that doesn't mean that you can just take a hands-off approach. It doesn't mean that they don't appreciate your encouragement and your involvement, and you know, you getting them involved in team events and training and whatnot as well. So you want to make sure that, you know, these old sparks that are in your business, they're contributing to your business, they're contributing to your financial success as well. So you want to make sure that you don't just set them off to the side either. Continue to sponsor personally. You know, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, is what Ramin always talks about. And the lifeblood of your business is the new blood in your business. So you always want to continue to be sponsoring personally. As well, your downline is always going to be watching what you're doing. So if you decide to just sit back and go to the proverbial beach, I know it's not a real beach here in Ottawa right now. There's a whole lot of snow around me. But, you know, if you just sit back and take a hands-off approach and think that your business is going to run by yourself, well, pretty soon that's going to duplicate in your business, and then you're not going to have a business. So, you know, it kind of brings a new definition to the phrase mind your own business. You really do want to mind it. You want to continue to be sponsoring personally, bringing new energy and new enthusiasm into the team with new business partners as well. And of course, I would say the number one key component to a proper mindset in your business is to not contaminate your team with negativity or concerns. The number one rule, you know, I learned this 8 years ago from Reza Mazgarlu himself, our national ambassador, our top income earner, our first millionaire. Negative up, positives down. If you have some concerns, that can be normal. You know, you're a business owner, and it's not an easy game. We have a very, very simple system, but that doesn't make it easy all the time. You know, we deal with people. You have life happening. There are challenges. You're going to have some concerns, and you're going to have some negative issues that you have to deal with from time to time. Do not contaminate your team with them. They always need to go up. Go up to your My5, go up to your, you know, your next upline, go to your regional ambassador or your national ambassador if you really have some challenges and concerns, and they can help you with whatever you're dealing with. Positives are what you always want to flow down. Encouraging your team, cheering them on, giving them, you know, recognition. It doesn't have to wait for Night of the Stars. You should be giving your team recognition on a continual basis and teaching them to do the same with their team. And you're going to see that that has such a positive impact on the growth of your business. It's going to become an automatic habit for you as you go along. Of course, we talked about never entertaining, you know, promoting negativity in your business, but you also never want to entertain negativity from your team members. So, you know, again, your team members are going to have their own challenges as well, and depending on the experience level that they have in this type of industry, you know, they need the positive reinforcement. If they have some negative challenges going on, then you want to make sure that you're taking them aside, having a private conversation or a private chat, and helping them deal with it. You don't want that to fester and grow because really any kind of negative energy in your team becomes just like a cancer. So you don't want that to grow. You want to nip it in the bud. And you want to also demonstrate to your team that it's not acceptable to be negative in your team. You know, if they have a problem, talk about the solutions, talk about how you address the challenges and how you overcome them and get stronger with it. But never, ever, ever entertain that. Don't let it go. Don't let negativity go, because it will destroy your business. You also want to build your business, of course, through third-party influence. So what does that mean? Well, you know what, especially for people in your personal circle of influence, in your friendship network, maybe they've never seen you as a business owner before, and so that's going to create a bit of an obstacle, because they only see you as their friend that goes out to dinner with them, or their friend that goes out and plays soccer with them, and or football, I guess, if you're in the European market. But you're now a business owner. Use other people to create the third-party influence. Use your My5. They're going to be able to build you up as a credible business person. They're going to be able to paint a picture of who you are as a business owner to the people that you already know. And as well, their stories alone are going to be able to help build your business. I cannot tell you how many times I've been talking to someone I know, and all I say is, I start talking about AbdurRazaq and how I get to work directly with him here in Ottawa, how he's our top income earner, that he travels the world, he does international trainings. I just build him up. And that paints a credible picture for me as a business owner, because I'm partnered with someone who's successful. So when we talk about becoming a forensic storyteller, really that's what it's about. Learn the stories of the people that have had challenges and success. Learn the story, of your national ambassador or your regional ambassador. Talk about AbdurRazaq and how quickly he became an ambassador, and how quickly he's helped grow out the Nigerian market with all of his other amazing partners. Talk about how Diplomat Silas is taking Ghana by storm with all of his team, and look at what they're accomplishing already. All of those stories are going to help you in relating to different types of customers. If I'm speaking with somebody who has young children, then I want to talk about our youngest millionaire, Rene Liao, and his 2 children. If I want to talk to someone about someone who's getting closer to retirement age, well, I'm probably going to start talking about R.A. Ed Mercer and how, he's on the other spectrum in life, and building his business as well. It all creates the cha-ching, right? That's all what's going to build your business for you. Never compete with your team for the same prospects. If you're doing team events, maybe you're at a networking event, maybe you're at a trade show, don't compete with your team for the same prospects. If you're at a restaurant, all 5 of you don't have to be trying to prospect the server, right? Decide who's going to, work at that. You can all kind of work together, but don't compete with your team for the same prospects. The only caveat I would say, if you have somebody that is very inexperienced and maybe not so committed to the business, and you are out at a team event, well, certainly if you've worked to develop a like and trust with someone, I wouldn't give that lead away necessarily either. You want to make sure that that person's going to get the equal benefit and experience from you, and opportunity that they would by any other person who's being very consistent and committed to their business. And of course, protect your credibility by doing the right thing. And the right thing isn't always the easy thing, but it always has the best payoff in the end. It's always going to give you the best return on investment. So make sure that you are working your business with a high level of credibility and ethics as well. But wait, yes, there is more. So you do need to do a checkup from the neck up, and I would suggest this on a daily basis. The phrase, my attitude is up, so up yours. You just want to make sure that you're approaching things with enthusiasm, and that you've got the right mental attitude going into the game. And if you have that, then you're going to be able to help your team achieve a whole lot more as well. So support your team, and support all of your team, not just the ones that you've personally enrolled. And, sometimes if you are a person who has really been able to enroll a lot of different people. That can keep you really busy, but you don't want to ignore the other people that are also in your team as well. In particular, you know, make sure that you're paying attention to people who are really showing an interest, the people who really want it, and perhaps their upline isn't so committed and isn't around so much, and maybe not giving them the kind of, you know, consistent training that you give to your personally sponsored email operators. Make sure that you are supporting all of your team, because again, they're all contributing to the success of your business, and it really just pays to help them out. On the flip side of that, don't cripple the ability of your new member either. And you know, what that really means is don't just do everything for them. You know, this really starts right from the moment that your new partner launches their email. Don't launch it for them if at all possible. Sit there with them and walk them through the steps in your back office to get them launched, so that they already from minute one are learning how to operate their email. They're learning how to launch a new member just by virtue of the fact that they're already walking through those steps and, you know, putting in all their information, selecting their email package, selecting their IA. Make sure that, you know, they're really learning right from day one. It's always, you want to be helping your members, but when you take away that process from them, you're really not helping them. You're actually, you know, taking away their ability to learn how to function independently on their own. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be doing all of the work for all your email operators. You want to help them learn how to do it so that it all duplicates. They can teach their team, and you actually can walk away and go to the beach someday. When you open a new market, make sure that you're committed to traveling there regularly. So, you know, years ago, Ambassador Sean Singh, along with AbdurRazaq Mezgarlu, they opened the Montreal market. Well, the travel time between Ottawa and Montreal is a 2-hour drive. And I can tell you that those two gentlemen have been so committed to that market. They have traveled back and forth every Wednesday night for several years. That's what it really takes to help start growing your market. So, you know, you have to remember, the whole world is our oyster right now. We may be operating in over 160 countries, but every market is virtually untouched right now. You know, there are 7 billion people in the world and only 75,000 email operators. Do the math, right? So make sure if you're going to open a new market, serve your new partners well. Make sure that you're committed to supporting them and traveling there regularly. And of course, don't abuse your business or take it for granted. This isn't a lottery. You know, don't treat it like a lottery. This is a business. People are counting on you to be consistent and be committed to helping them. And you're going to just reap the rewards if you show that they're serious and you're not taking it for granted. So we have 3 real takeaways here. One is that you need to nourish the life of your business with new blood. The second one is to cherish your members. They generate the business volume for you with their monthly purchases, whether it's through IA or package sales that they create. You really want to make sure you're appreciating what it is that you have there with them. They're not, you know, just a number. This is not like, you know, you're the CEO at a traditional company and you don't know the people working on the assembly line. These people are working together with you. They've locked arms with you and partnered to, you know, build an empire. We're all building our own personal empires here, right? And our idea isn't just to put a bit of money in our pocket right now, but to really create generational wealth and freedom for, you know, people we love. So remember to cherish your members who are actually working with you and helping build your empire. And of course, again, support all the members in your team, not just the ones you consider important. Don't make this a social club. You know, you're going to be the one that loses out in the long term, not just the people that you don't give attention to. So you never know who your ace is going to turn out to be. You know, we talk a lot about not prejudging people before we call them to introduce the opportunity. don't prejudge the new people that are coming into your team as well. You never know. You don't know what's going on in another person's life. Maybe there's some other issues they're dealing with, and when they're ready to get to work, man, they're going to blow you out of the water. You're going to not even know what a gem you had there. If you don't know already, a diamond doesn't come out of the ground all sparkly and shiny. A diamond is a lump of coal, right? And it's just been pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed until it becomes a diamond. So that kind of applies to people as well. Nurture your team, provide them the support, be there when they, have questions, help guide them along, and you are going to never, never, never regret that. You are going to have an amazing team that grows, and you're all going to really flourish together. Which kind of leads us to the last quote. If you don't attend to your garden, it will be taken over by weeds. Flowers take months to develop, and weeds grow overnight. Just remember that you are your team. If you be your best, then you will have the best. So with that, I just want to check in and see, that concludes our training. Just want to check and see if we have any questions. I want to thank you all for taking the time to be with us tonight, celebrate our amazing leaders for January. They certainly are superstars. I'm excited to see where they're going to take us the rest of this year. Not seeing any questions yet, but I did want to give you a few more minutes in case you do. So what I'm going to do is head right into our announcements. We just have a couple of them for the evening. The first is actually happening right now. It started a couple of days ago. We have a huge mega tour happening in Perth, but it is going on for another couple of days, so I didn't want to leave this off your radar. If you haven't already seen or heard about it, we have GWT Regional Ambassador Sherry Zhao in Australia, on the west coast of Australia right now, and I know that it's now Monday over there, and they are going to be hosting a power tour at 6:30 tonight. And again, on Wednesday, they're going to have another power tour. So you still have lots of time, regardless of where you are in the world, to make sure that if you know people in the area, you get them out to see this amazing woman. And actually, we've got a whole power team of women here hosting this tour, which is phenomenal. And of course, if you are familiar or comfortable with doing some online searches for people in the area, you can take advantage of that as well. Our next announcement is super exciting for me. My NA that I get to work with here in Ottawa, Reza Mesgarlu, heading to South Africa. My goodness, you people, if you're not excited, I think you're dead, because this is going to be the event of the year in South Africa. I know Reza's racing around here, getting ready to leave, I'm sure. And he leaves here tomorrow, that's Monday, and has a marathon 37 hours of travel time to get to see our amazing diplomat and diamond Nolan and Seema Pillay. These two have been working their butts off out at 6 a.m. spreading out flyers and with their team. I know Perry Dubé and some other amazing people out working with them hard, hitting the ground hard to get people out to this conference. It's going to be a phenomenal time, and I know Nigeria, if you're not afraid, you better be shaking in your boots, because they are going to give you a run for their money with top spot in Africa. So if you need any other information, I would suggest maybe messaging Diplomat Nolan directly, because he's got everything organized and knows all the details. But if you're anywhere within traveling distance, I highly encourage you to get to this conference. Of course, we have a small little mini weekend event happening in Bethesda, Maryland. So for those of you around the world who aren't really familiar with this, Bethesda, Maryland is really in the Washington, D.C. area. So the nation's capital for United States. And our youngest millionaire and national ambassador, Renee Liao, is going to be heading that up. They have an amazing tour happening, as well as a boot camp on the weekend on the 25th. So if you need information about that, I know that R.A. Maxwell Adekoje is leading that up as well. And you can always message me as well, and I can track down some more information for you if you need it. But essentially, it's a weekend event, and if you have prospects in the area, make sure you get them out, because Renee is a phenomenal speaker as well. Maxwell is as well. So I know they'll learn a lot, and if you send them out their way, you're bound to have some new members joining your business. The last announcement I want to pass on to you for this evening, of course, is our international convention happening on March 23rd, 4th, and 5th in Niagara Falls. Wow, if you haven't got your tickets already, get them. What are you waiting for? Because this is going to be an absolutely monumental event. There is nothing that can replace being in person with all of the leaders of your company, rubbing elbows with you know, the likes of N.A. AbdurRazaq and Kafina Ajabola, Dr. Anthony and Joy. They're going to be there, I'm sure. Really, every single leader that you would want to have any kind of conversation with, that is the place to be. So I just want to encourage you all, if you don't have your ticket yet, make it happen. You know, whatever you need to do, make it happen, because this is an event not to be missed, especially with the launch of Fairy Flawless. This is going to bring this company into an entirely different realm, and I would hate for you to miss it. It will be a regret of your life. So without further announcements, I'm just going to check quickly. We still don't have any other questions. So I will leave that. AbdurRazaq, I don't know if you're still on the line, if you want to come back.
Yes, I'm
if you
here.
have anything else to add.
Yeah, you got.
Excellent.
Wow, thank you so much. This was just amazing. I mean, you have been phenomenal. Thank you for, you know, a wonderful interview with our stars of the month of January 2017. Both of them are, you know, ladies that I have a lot of regard for. It's Christine, you know, her energy is always very contagious. I just love that lady. She's a fantastic and, you know, a rising star. And I love the strategies that she shared. And of course, from Ghana, I mean, Quincetta has just been, she is, I mean, I've been following her lately on social media, and what this lady is doing, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, because at the end of the day, you know, results follow effort. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you for sharing, you know, a huge amount of strategies, and also, you know, how to get it done. And the training by Rebecca, if you missed this, of course you're on the call, so you didn't miss it, but your team missed it if they're not on the call. So what you need to do is look out for the replay and ensure that everybody in your team gets to watch, listen to this phenomenal training. This has been, you know, for me, I mean, it just allowed me to sharpen my sword, you know, a lot, because there's so many things that you know, she trained that I actually, you know, have fallen off from. So I'm getting back on track, and forensic upline is what we should be, and we should take care of everybody in our team, irrespective of who they are, where they are, and when they join the business. Remember, they all contribute to your CV, and that's very important. That's your team, that's your business, that's your entire organization. You need to be looking out for everybody. You just need to find the right balance. That said, all the announcements, thank you so much. If you haven't got your tickets yet for the convention, you're too late. You need to get your ticket, all right? And I know for sure that you need to book your hotel as well. You need to book very quickly, because rooms are selling out very fast. Get your tickets, make sure that you're at the convention, and take advantage of all the upcoming conferences, that we've just been reminded about. You need to get your team, everybody, your prospects, to Perth. You need to get them also to the conference in South Africa coming up this week, and of course in Maryland as well. So exciting things are happening all over the place, and you just need to plug in and make sure, just like Rebecca said, you don't want to lose out on what is coming in GWT. 75,000 people versus 7 million people all over the world. Nothing has happened in GWT. It's still an under-the-ground opportunity, and you're right in the thick of things right now. So you should be taking advantage of every single opportunity, every single opportunity that you have to expand your business. You need to take advantage right now. You don't wait. If you snooze, you will lose. Okay? So take advantage. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful presentation. Thank you so much, Rebecca. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish every one of you a fantastic evening, a good afternoon. And if you're listening and it's morning where you are, good morning. I look forward to seeing you again on another training. And don't come by yourself. Make sure you invite all your team. Make sure you invite all your team, everybody in your organization, because guess what? It's all about duplication. If everybody on your team was on this call tonight, guess what? If they all go out and implement the training tonight, what's going to happen to your organization? So that's the thought I want to leave you with. And that's it. I want to say to the billion, have a phenomenal week ahead. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. To the billion.